All right, radicals continued. All right, radicals continued. All right, so there's another type of radical that we want to look at right now. Incidental, let me just say something. Technically, the square root technically should be written as, technically there should be a little 2 here. We don't write the 2 there, right? I want to make a note before I go. So this, think of this as this 2 there as what I would say the third root, if you want to, I mean the second root, if you want to say it like that, right? Just like where you have second degree, so think of that as the second root. In general, what we have here is this, there's an n here, little n, and I'm going to follow, for not to be confused with the numbers, I'm going to say a. So you have a little n and an a, just focus on this. All right, little n and an a. So you don't confuse it what I'm saying. This is still good. What I wrote a while ago is good, but I want to not have that there. Just want you to focus on this. So that basically means the nth root of a. All right, the nth root of a. All right, and so just want to say a few things about that before we go ahead. Before we get into cube root, let's just say a few things, right? So nth root of a, all right, is a real number if n is odd. All right, so it's a real number if n is odd, always. All right, always a real number if n is odd. All right, so that's something you should note. The nth root of a is always a real number if n is odd. Now that's very important because it doesn't matter what a is. So the nth root of a is a real number whether or not a is positive, right? If we know that n, little n, is odd. So again, if little n is odd, then we have a real number, regardless of what a is. All right? Regardless of whether a is positive or negative. That's basically what I'm saying. Okay? That is not always the case for every n. So n a is a real number for even n. So the square root of n is a real number for even n only when a is not negative. So if we want to find the nth root, and we know that n is even, a cannot be negative. All right, so that's what we need to know. A cannot be negative. All right.